Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa in the building with another banger. And as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, I'm going to be bringing y'all the first ever and best offense initiator build coming at y'all on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. But before we get into the making and talk about this build, I just want to say thank God for giving me this opportunity to be able to share this with y'all, but also having me in your day as well as you in mine. And now, let's go ahead and talk about this build. So there's actually going to be multiple versions of this build that you can make. When I originally did make this build, I accidentally deleted it, so I was not able to find the stats that I originally had. And with that version, we actually were able to get some of the post scoring takeover, and with this one you're still going to be able to, but you can also get glass cleaning with this build. Again, it's just going to come down to how you make it. But man, before we get into the making, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join RGF, the Rich Gang family, go ahead and turn on post notifications as well as hit that like button. Let's get 50 likes on this video. Go ahead and share it with your family and friends. And now let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. So if you were paying attention, we're going to go ahead and make this build out of the shooting guard. Now, when it comes down the rest of the way, some of these are going to be optional, but again, it's really just going to come down to how you can make this build, because the name is going to change up a lot depending on the stats and where you put them. So, shooting guard, 6'6", lowest weight of 180, and the max wingspan of 7'3", y'all. Body shape going to be all based on preference, but now when it comes down to these stats, please be sure that y'all are following along, because there's going to be some certain areas where you cannot change, and I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know about that right now. But let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that we're going to be going after on this build is going to be the finishing. Close shot, go ahead and put that to a 52. Driving layup and a driving dunk, go ahead and put both of these to an 86. And then when it comes down to the post control, go ahead and put this up to where you get 21 badges, and that's going to be at an 81. So that's going to be really solid, especially when it comes down to the finishing side of things. Let's go ahead and get into the shooting now. Mid-range shot cannot go anything higher than an 82, so keep it as is. Three-pointer, going to be an 80, and we're going to leave our free throw at a 77 to be able to say that we can use this build in any game mode. 24 badges right there, not bad at all. Now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. So as you can see right here, the pass accuracy is going to be a 77. Max out your ball handle as well as your speed with ball. And both of these are going to be an 84 for 26 playmaking badges. Now, when it comes down to the defensive side, go ahead and put that perimeter defense to a 77. Our steal, 86. When it comes down to the block, we're going to go ahead and put this not to an 80, but a 79. If you go anything higher, the build name will change. So when it comes down to the defensive rebound, the thing that's going to be different about this build than the one that gets the glass cleaning takeover is that I actually lowered the rebounding from the original version that I made in order to change up the takeovers. So go with the offensive rebound of 79. Then when it comes down to the defensive, go ahead and put this to an 81. And you're going to get some key badges out of this build, y'all. Pogo stick when it comes down to the block. When it comes down to the steal, pickpocket on gold is going to be one of the main ones. And when it comes down to the perimeter defense, you really don't want to lower that at all. Now, when it comes down to the playmaking side of things, there's going to be a couple different badges that you're going to be working with as well. If you lower anything than what I show y'all right here, you're not going to be able to get the same exact badge count, at least when it comes down to the tiers. So that's why right here I'm going back and forth with showing y'all what badges drop when it comes down to the tiers that I'm showing y'all. But if you want to go ahead and change anything about this build, go ahead, and I recommend you make it based off your own preference. But when it comes down to the main stats, that's how I'm going to leave it. Now, onto the physicals. Max out our speed as well as the acceleration. Vertical is going to be a 70, and then when it comes down to that stamina, put that to an 86, and from there, everything is going to be solid, y'all. We have a really nice free throw. The vertical, we're not worried about it too much. Speed and acceleration are on point as well. And then when you throw in the 6'6" height on this build, maxed out wingspan, you're really going to be able to do some damage on both sides of the ball. Really going to remind me of a Derrick Rose build. I wanted to make this build as tall as possible, so that's exactly what I did. Now, the biggest difference about this one and the main version that I originally made, you're going to be able to get playmaking takeover as well as post scoring, as opposed to the other one where we're going to be getting glass cleaning. So again, if y'all want that version, just go ahead and drop a like, drop a comment, and I got y'all. But when it comes down to these takeovers, in my opinion, pull-up precision is definitely going to be a really good one to pick. And then from there, if you pair it up with ankle breaking shots, y'all, definitely gonna make this build a nice shooter when it comes down to it. But the first one I'm actually gonna go with is gonna be ankle breaking shots. The second one I would really consider pull-up precision or one of the slashing, and I would honestly pick finishing moves. This one right here together is gonna be a really nice combo, and as y'all can see, we have made the offense initiator, y'all. I really like these comparisons, especially when it comes down to these stats and what they're going to be looking like if you're running with a teammate that has floor general and or defensive leader. So let's just go ahead and say we're running with a teammate that has both of those badges, going to be getting a +4, and that's not even including boost. So let's go ahead and go down the line when it comes down to that driving layup and the driving dunk. With all things considered, boost, and then go ahead and consider the teammate that's running floor general. Both of these are going to be able to hit somewhere around the mid-90s. When it comes to the post control, this is going to be in the low 90s, which is still really solid because you're going to be able to post up smaller guards. Then onto the shooting, mid-range shot has the potential to definitely be able to hit 90. Then when it comes to the three-pointer, this is going to be somewhere around an 88, and the free throw going to be somewhere around an 85. Now, pass accuracy, same exact thing. That's going to be around an 85. But when it comes down to the ball handle and speed with ball, both of these are going to be in the low 90s, which is much better than what we have right here. Now onto the defense. Let's just go ahead and say we buy boost as well as run with a teammate that has defensive leader. Perimeter defense going to be somewhere around the 85 range. Steal and the block, both of these are going to be some really crucial stats. So when it comes down to the steal, you're going to be in the 90s. Block will be in the mid 80s. And then when it comes down to both of the rebounding, both of these are going to be in the mid to high 80s or 90s, y'all. It really just comes down to what you want to do when it comes down to this build. You can always raise up some of these stats, but again, the build name may change. So when it comes down to the speed and acceleration, at a +4, you're going to be able to get that gym rat badge, and then go ahead and do the same exact thing for your stamina and vertical. This build is honestly going to be really solid, especially for being a rare build name. I really like what we're going to be able to work with. So let's go ahead and get started with these finishing badges. 21 to go with. So I'm going to go with silver posterizer, gold slithery finisher, and then silver fearless finisher. Now when it comes down to these last couple badges, I'm going to go ahead and put on gold limitless takeoff. With these last 6, I would really consider at least putting on Lob City finisher on bronze just to get those alley-oop animations. Definitely going to be worth it. And then with the last 5, really going to be based on your own preference. But for me, I would really consider unstrippable at least on silver or gold. If you want to, go ahead and put it on gold. You're still going to be able to run with one more badge. And the last one I would go with is honestly going to be acrobat, or you could go with mouse in the house. It's really just going to come down to which badges you like more over others. And in my opinion, as long as you put on acrobat on bronze, you're still going to be able to do some really crazy layup animations. So again, that's just based off my preference. If you want to change it up, go ahead and do so. But now let's go ahead and get into the shooting. 24 badges to work with. I'm going to go with silver blinders, silver deadeye, and then bronze green machine. From here, definitely gotta go ahead and put on Hot Zone Hunter. Another one that we're all gonna like is really gonna be Limitless Spot Up. And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and put on Corner Specialist. It's really based on your preference if you want to go with bronze or silver or even gold. Now, the rest of the way, these are all going to be badges that are really going to be based off of your own play style. So for mine, I would say that Rhythm Shooter is really going to be one that I would consider. But if we can, I would definitely go ahead and rather put on Volume Shooter on bronze, just so that way we're getting an animation boost as well as the percentages when it comes down to shooting every shot that we take. Now, with the last couple, like I said, it's all going to be based on preference. You can upgrade badges on their tiers if you want to, or put on new ones. But now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking side of things. 26 badges right here. So I'm going to go with first, gold, hyperdrive, as well as quick chain. From there, you definitely got to go ahead and put on triple threat juke. And then these next couple ones are based off of my own preference. I'm going to go with quick first step on gold, handles for days, of course. And then with the last 3, you can really spread the wealth, or you could go with silver tight handles. Spreading the wealth, in my opinion, is always going to be something that I would really like. So I'm going to take off bailout. That way I could put on tight handles on gold. And that's going to be the setup when it comes down to the playmaking. But now, let's go ahead and get into the defense, y'all. So, when it comes down to this side of the ball, there's going to be some mandatory badges that you need to throw on. That's going to be silver intimidator, silver rebound chaser, bronze interceptor. Then go ahead and put on clamps on the highest tier, bronze chase down artist, and then from here, I'm going to go with silver menace as well as rim protector. For me, I definitely want to go ahead and put on gold pickpocket, and the rest of the way is based off of what you want to do. But in my liking, I would really say that you can spread the wealth, go with bronze badges, or you could even go ahead and put on ankle braces, y'all. In my opinion, all of these are going to be some really good options to go with. As long as you feel comfortable with it, that is definitely going to be fine. And this is the final setup we're going with: 21, 24, 26, and 25. Thank y'all so much to everybody who made it to the end. I just want you to know that I appreciate y'all so much. I think that this year is going to be something really crazy that none of us had expected when it comes down to the builds that we're going to be able to use. And that is why I'm going to continue to drop the bangers every single day for y'all, double uploading on the weekend. So man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the RGF family, go ahead and turn on post notifications. But let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this banger as well. I know that we can do it. Go ahead and share this video with your family and friends. And last, but definitely not least, y'all, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.